and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and today it's a long build. Yep, strap in. It's gonna take us a while to get through this. I'm sure you saw from the preview that this is not quick. I did my best to cut it down. There was 4 hours of footage basically that I had from 3 separate days of working on this, and I know it sounds, and like once you see it, it's gonna seem like that's crazy that I spent that long on it. But it just took me that long, mostly because I was using some of Felixander, however it's said, his CC, and I wanted to kind of use it perfectly and have everything work out well. And then on top of that, like, this is a dream home for me that I'm building, and yeah. So I cut out as much as I could. I really did. And I wanted to get it down below 35 minutes. I wanted it to be 20 minutes really, but this is what you guys get. So but right here you can see I'm using the doors from Felixandre, and that's actually how I decided the outside of the home's exterior, or the texture of the walls out there. If this was like true to the way that I would want a dream home, I wouldn't have that particular trim around it because it would be a white brick exterior, but I put so much ivy over everything that it's, you know, it's taken care of. And I do eventually switch that roof around. That's just crazy. It looks like I'm building in The Sims 2. But anyways, yeah, so, but I love these windows. I love the doors by Felixandre, and I wanted to use them. And I had this idea in the middle of the night and decided to put in, or to build this house. And I even like thought of the floor plan laying in bed. And I'll insert a picture of it because I drew it out the next day and started working on this. So let me do that right now. So you can see there, I actually thought it out. I drew everything out. I knew what floor plan I wanted. I knew what I wanted everything to look like. No, it didn't all come true to scale, and I made it way too big of a build as well, but you know, that's kind of my trademark. That's what you get when you watch my builds, is just unbelievably large builds. So yeah, but it turned out, I think, really cool. There are a few things that I probably would change in a real house, like just simply because you have a little bit more freedom. Like the stairs, you could put a bathroom underneath, so I would do that on the first floor. I would have stairs that on the outside that had like a loop down to the driveway, you know what I mean, instead of the straight handle there. And then, you know, the laundry room would be inside the house instead of the garage. The storage pantry would be inside the house instead of the garage, but it's The Sims, so not everything is super plausible. But gosh, those are so pretty. Seriously love that stuff. Anyways, so what we have here is just me wanting a little bit simpler life, a little bit more storage, a little bit more away from my neighbors, because God bless them, but I really thought, because we moved into this nice subdivision, that it wouldn't be so Hoosier, and it just is. It just really is. And so I forgot that I cut out me struggling to try and make this look good. Like, I thought the drawing, like, it looks fine. It would look fine in real life, but because this is The Sims, that flatness just looks horrible to me, and it never really looks as good as I want it to. We'll come back to this later. I thought I cut that out. But anyways, I put in a lot of white flowers, and I know it doesn't translate as well, but I am trying to show you guys that I would have, you know, what I would actually put there. And I probably should have added some more color, but I love white peonies, however you say it. And I just think they look super cool. So that's what I would want all the way around the house. And that's kind of with my love of like an English garden and colonial style homes and northeastern style gardening. That's what I like. So yes, I'd love to live in something that you'd see on Martha's Vineyard. That's basically the summation of what I'm trying to say here. I am trying to put in a pool house here, something that I have never had in my life and never will have. But my mother-in-law was actually talking to me about having my sister-in-law's high school graduation party at my house. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, because we have a swimming pool and we have an exit door to the basement, which they can, you know, take their little wet feet in there and use the bathroom downstairs. Oh, that's cool. But then I was like, oh, I've got to get the yard fixed. Because when we put in, it's an above ground pool. It's nothing fancy. But whenever they dug the hole to put it there, and I still think that they didn't need to level it that darn much. But anyways, when they put it in, they just destroyed my yard. And I kind of, that's one of the things I really loved about the house when we bought it, was this beautiful large green yard. And I kind of got to the point where with the pool, I was looking at it like, what did I do? I've wanted one of these my entire life, but what have I done to my yard to get it? This is awful. Why? So issues, that's what I'm saying. I have issues. But I kind of feel like if I volunteer to have her graduation party at my house, then it'll kind of kick our butts into actually, you know, doing the things that we said we would do. Also, I know that this doesn't look as good as it could, this dark brown that I'm putting around it, but I like black mulch, so that's what I would use. So that's why I'm showing you this. So, and don't worry, eventually we get rid of this crap. But yeah, so I feel like if I go ahead and volunteer to have her party here, then the yard will get done, and stuff in the basement that I want done is going to get done. And maybe, you know, maybe I'll even get the bathroom shiplap done, which, by the way, my mother-in-law is awesome, and I told her that it still isn't done and that we need to get some stuff done around the house, and she's like, don't worry, I'm coming over, I've got this. And she can do everything. Like, it makes me feel so unaccomplished hanging out with her sometimes, because she knows how to like do plumbing and taping and mudding, and I wish I would have put the grass. I was looking at English cottages to look at the gardening style, and they always have this really long grass, and it looks really pretty, even though it would cause my husband's hay fever to go insane. Anyways, but yeah, so my mother-in-law she can do really crafty things, and she can also do like really industrial and handy things. So she's kind of like a sim that you use cheats with. She's gonna love hearing that comparison. But really, like, I wasn't raised as well as she was with knowing how to do things. So, you know, I know how to paint. And yeah, I can give you some clean paint lines, and I can wash a dish really well. But when it comes down to, you know, building a room or putting shiplap in a house, it's not my forte. Like, I have the vision, I have the ideas, I can tell you what's gonna look great in a space, even though for some reason my simming just makes me feel like I'm lying to you when I say that. I swear it looks better whenever I'm, you know, half dazed and hungry and slaving my butt off to try and get this all done for you guys. It looks so much better to me when I'm actually building it. I'm playing in it. Like, I think it looks awesome. But, you know, I feel like this kind of feels a little choppy too, because I spent so much time trying to cut it down. Because like I said, there's like 4 hours of stuff. Oh, here's me finally putting this in. I kind of love the way it looks whenever you're doing the Control F function to make stuff. Like, it just looks so fun watching it. Because you have to, like, especially when you speed it up, it looks like you're like back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of therapeutic. I wish I could split the tops, if that makes any sense. This is starting to look like a spade, and I realized it there, and I was like, I need a circle. A circle! Give me a circle! And I do put this really cool, like, blue tile into it. I was like, I'm gonna get a circle here. It's gonna be a stupid circle, but it's gonna work. It's gonna happen. It's good enough. That's good enough. That works for me. But I do eventually put, like, a prettier tile into it, but that tile is really awesome. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's travertine. A funny story about this. I put all those things up there as like a trial idea. Like, I already had it pulled up, so why not give it a shot and see what I wanted to put on the back porch, and forgot about that when I went in to decorate the inside, and went to take screenshots and had to go in and finish that up. So there's no footage of me doing anything with the back porch, but there's screenshot pictures, and once I put it on the gallery for you guys, it'll be ready to go with a cool backyard. Why did I do that? Oh, I thought maybe the tile would look silly without an extra layer there. That would have looked cool if I was doing a beachy style house, which is, this is kind of beachy, you know. But Okay, so I forgot what I was talking about because my husband came in to get his dailies on Minecraft, and I had to stop for a second. He's like, oh, you can keep talking, it's fine. No, I can't. It's embarrassing. Plus, you make a lot of noise. So, because his computer starting up is really loud because it's got a million fans going. But so you can see some of the bushes that I'm putting in here. But like as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, it's such a boring landscaping. But it's so pretty if you see it. Like just look up New England style home and you'll see these beautiful flowers out front, and it looks like this, and they look so much cooler in real life. But I guess because this is Sims, I probably should have gone with something a little bit more colorful to break it up. Oh well. I like it. I don't care. You guys don't have to like it. Just me. Well, I hope you guys like it because, you know, I wouldn't have any views if you didn't. I'm a terrible person. Here's my attempt at making like a curved garden bed. Oh, sorry about the glitchy view there. But yeah, at the end of the day, I did actually really enjoy building this. I thought it was really cool. I liked laying all the plants there because I want an ivy covered house. So, you know, lets me dream a little bit. I was saying something to my mother-in-law because we just went to the gym today, which I keep forcing myself into this false thought that maybe we can get there and get back quickly. We can't. So we were supposed to be there. I told her to be at my house at 10 a.m. and then we drive up there together, and I drive us up there. We'd work out, and then we're gonna run to Costco and get some food for the week, and you know, we're not gonna go have lunch. We always have lunch when we go to the gym, but we're not gonna do it this time. Mostly because we usually go get sushi, and as much as I like to believe sushi is healthy, it's really not. So, you know, so we go to the gym and we work out. We get there she got to my house at 9:30, mind you, and then we sat and talked in my kitchen forever. We left my house at 10:15, and that was after she, you know, turned on the Keurig and started to make her own pot or her own cup of coffee. And I was like, oh crap, Mom, we need to leave. And she's like, my coffee just started, be patient, come on. And so yeah, but we got up there 10:30. We worked out until 12:30, took a shower, and then left and we were supposed to go to Costco first, but we left. We were talking about Whole Foods as well, but we went to Panera Bread, or St. Louis Bread Company if you're in the St. Louis area, and we talked about going to Whole Foods because she's never been, and I was like, oh, you're gonna be surprised by the prices. We decided not to do that, and I had ordered a dog bowl for my dogs because they have chewed up all their plastic ones. So I got metal, and not just a dog bowl, it's like a stand and everything because they're huge. I was like, oh, well, you know, they put in that Hobby Lobby in South County, and that's where I ordered the dog bowl. Maybe we should go in there to see if it came in, and they just hadn't had a second to call me because it's right next to Costco. Let's do that. So we go in there after having lunch, and it was 2:59 before we left Hobby Lobby, and yeah, we just went in to get that bowl. That's all we went in for, but we had to make a lap. And then we had all these ideas about crafts we could do and all these things that we should be doing, and yeah, so it's not a good idea for us to go into Hobby Lobby at all, or Joann's or Michael's. It's a bad idea. We have a problem, and so that's why she was talking about the lottery, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so we eventually did, meander over to Costco and get back home. But yeah, we're not productive. So, but it was a really good workout. Like I was so sore afterwards. It was hard to take a shower, and I'm kind of grossed out by the public showers in there. Anyways, I could have cut this part. Dang it. Well, I'm talking about it now, so I can't. But so we get our showers, and I'm coming out of there like I feel dirtier than if I would have just gone to the store in my sweatpants that are already sweaty, because they don't clean them very well up there. It's not a good time. We're finally on the inside, thank God. I say that so horribly. I'm so glad though that those doors match so well with the FelixandreSims doors, as well as they did. That Wow, tongue-tied. Here's me trying to put light in a garage like it was important. That is a huge garage, though, that I put in for The Sims, and we don't have cars. And I realize, guys, I really do realize that, you know, it's not an open world. We don't need cars, but part of me really wants us to. So, you know, it'd be nice if they just went over into their cars and then transported to where they were going, instead of that running sequence that they do. Like if the car just showed up and then that was the transport. And I'm sure the running sequence that they do away from everywhere is to load it, you know, but we get a loading screen either way, so just make that one a little bit longer, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh, I thought, because the door was, oh, that was so glitchy. The door was coming through on one side, and I didn't want that, but I finally gave up because I liked the door too much to not use it. So that's the only thing I have to complain about at all, Felix. So you're still incredible. This kitchen, I wanted this blue kitchen to work so bad, but I decided on this double oven thing. So alas, it wasn't in the cards, but those blue cabinets are so pretty, and the white top is perfect. I can't remember who did this one. I know it's the Baltimore kitchen, so that'll, you know, I did the favorite CC thing. This is one of the 2 counters that I showed on there. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the video at the end to the my favorite CC build for this. That was Monday, so that was yesterday's video, which I thought was a great video because I showed you all my favorite CCs, so I got to play with that. Let me know in the description, or not in the description box, in the comment box, if you guys want to see my favorite buy mode stuff, or my favorite cast videos, good lord, help me out here, brain, or my favorite cast CC. That one's probably going to be a little bit more difficult because I have stuff that I don't even use that I love, and stuff that I use all the time that just fits my Sims, and I don't actually love it that much. But so, you know, if you're interested in that, let me know, because it doesn't seem like a lot of people were interested in the other one. But anyways, I'm silly. But yeah, I think, you know what though, the creative Sim, good lord, the my favorite CC video was kind of fun for me because it was also the first time that I'd done just a straight through, like I talked over doing the video, or talked over recording me playing The Sims. So there was no filter, there was no editing out what I said, there was no, you know, it's just a little bit more of a challenge. It was less room for error, and I really liked that. Plus it was less editing, so, you know, laziness wins out. But how cool is this kitchen though? And that's kind of, I think, why I didn't bother with putting a pantry in here too, is because I kind of already have a pantry in those larger cabinets. I know it kind of looks weird to have this these cabinets up in the air, but I kind of like that little bit of lowerness to the pantry area, so that I could have maybe like some garland up there at Christmas time, or bells, or maybe some reindeer, you know, cute stuff like that. Also, whenever I updated this piece of CC, this particular kitchen, I think this is the Carolina kitchen. Yeah. So other kitchen that I showed on my favorite CC list. So go check that one out. They actually fixed a glitch that I was pretty annoyed with whenever, yeah, there's me trying to make you guys happy, but no. Anyways, they fixed a glitch where the cabinets didn't come together, and that made me super happy because it bugged me that I'd have to sit there and like hold down control and perfectly line it up, and lining up cabinets can be a huge pain in the butt whenever it's supposed to snap together. So I really appreciate that CC creator for doing that. So you're awesome. This living room, by the way, is so cool, and I kind of feel like with the space I had left, I could have done the full thing of what inspired me of this. So the living room that I saw that I was like, I must have that in my life, is there's a fireplace and then a set of couches there with a beautiful curio cabinet, I guess. No, I don't know what it's called. But there's a beautiful piece of wooden furniture to separate, and then there's a walking space, and then there's another set of couches. And so there's like the TV watching area and the communication area. And I thought that was awesome. Because, I mean, if you're going to have a big house like this and you're going to flaunt your wealthiness, you might as well like fill in the spaces and have everything be useful and beautiful and just set up well for having guests and having a lot of people over. And that kind of like felt what I would like to do with this house if I were able to ever get it, because I would always have my family over for all kinds of stuff, because our family already comes over to our house because it's the biggest one. But because our basement isn't finished right now because our dogs tore it up, it's kind of like all that extra space that we technically have is eaten up a lot by, not having the basement done and not having furniture in the sunroom. Like we have one chair in the sunroom, which works fine at Christmas time because, family doesn't come over for Christmas. They just, we go to their house because we're the kids and not the parents. But if they were to want to come over there, we only have that one chair, and it's my princess chair, and I'm the princess, so I get to sit in it. Are you guys getting the sense that I'm a spoiled brat? Oh, so this right here is the whole reason that this house came about, this one little area. So I love a good entryway. That's the whole thing. I love beautiful, well laid out, grand entryways. And if the Sims would let me work on the roof line more, or the roofing and the inside of the house, or ceiling, that's what the word I'm looking for, I swear it would be so much better, because I would put like the pot ceiling in where it's got the squares, so you have that depth, and then have like shiplap ceilings and bathrooms, and just I would only do ceilings. That's what I'm telling you. But a good entryway and a beautiful ceiling can really just make you fall in love with a house. I know that's kind of a silly, luxurious thing to think about, but I love it. Also, I know this room kind of seems very sparse, and later on I will notice that a picture is uneven in the other room. Bear with me, guys. I was really tired by the time I got to the interior. The interior is actually all one cut, or one time of me building. So outside was three videos doing the outside alone, and then I tried to just hammer out the inside. Yeah, I was tired. I really was. I think I took one break maybe to go get water, but other than that, it was just me grinding away at getting this done. And it kind of stunk because by the time I was ready to do this, I was kind of tired again of The Sims. I never get tired of The Sims, but it'd been a long day. I needed to get it done. I was exhausted. I was ready to go to bed, and I didn't want to stay up and do this. So from that aspect, it probably could have been a little bit better if I just woke up the next morning and done it. But yeah, I was going to the gym. So, I do wish I would start going to the gym at 6 a.m. though. I know that sounds insane to be like, I wish I would do that. But I used to go at 6 a.m. whenever I was in college and whenever I was first out of college, because it was when I had time to do it. But then on top of that, it was just so nice. Like, it gets your energy up. It gets you going for the rest of the day. My mother-in-law and I were actually talking about that at the gym today, because she would say, or I had asked her how she felt, because it's been a while since we've been in. And she looked at me and she's like, I'm so happy that we're here, but I'm so sore. And I know as soon as we get to Costco, I'm going to get like a burst of energy. And it's going to be like, I was tired and now I have, I want to run a marathon. I was like, I know. That's what happens when you exercise, you get your heart rate up, you get your endorphins going, you're just going to have more energy. Also, putting up this chalkboard was a train wreck. For some reason, it looks really cool on a short wall, but in this really large room with a really high ceiling, it was like, I'm a dwarf. I don't fill up any space at all, and you want to, stop having such blank walls in your builds. I do realize that I am very sparse at decorating, but that's kind of how I like things to be. So Sorry. I do change the wallpaper in here just so I don't have to decorate as much. And then I changed the color of that bed like 4 times. I don't know if I left it in though. Look at me swirling through. Finally decided to just stay with that one because it's one of the beds that aren't broken. I need to go back through and fix so much CC. It's incredible. But I have so much that it's kind of a pain in the butt. I really just want a Sims 4 Studio patch to work for it. So here's hoping. I do, like, I go through all these carpets that I love and finally land on the one that you guys always see me use, but it just fits in this room. It looks like something that I would put in. It looks like something I would have in my own house. So, you know, I know that it's super posh to have a fireplace like that in your bedroom, but I'm making a dream house, so we're gonna go all the way out. These chairs though, these little armchairs are so cute and they look so cozy and comfy. I kind of want to be able to put I want to be able to put a armchair in my bedroom, but yeah. Also, dream house change number whatever onto this build, just because I didn't have any more room, would be a way bigger closet. I'm just telling you now. I have a lot of clothes. I love clothes. I love shoes. I love purses. I love backpacks. I oddly love backpacks, and like really kind of masculine ones too. Like I love a good leather backpack. But yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of room in my closet, and I need to change that. So yeah, this is me trying to finagle something to actually look like a closet. Like seriously, Maxis, would it kill you to give us closets and cars? Like, is it that crazy? Have you guys really only had enough clothing to have a dresser? Like, come on. Now, I will say this. I keep clothing for way too long. I have a pair of shorts from cheerleading in middle school. So, and they still fit until recently. Well, not recently. The last 4 years I've just ballooned. And so those middle school me shorts do not fit anymore, but they fit whenever I first met my husband 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm working on it. That's why we're going to the gym. My mother-in-law had gained a lot of weight with her pregnancies and then just general life issues. So she had a she had gastric sleeve, so they took her stomach and they cut it and then they, you know, put a smaller one back in, and she's lost an incredible amount of weight. She's worked so hard and we're all very proud of the work she's put in, but now she's the same size that I was when I met her son, and I want to beat the living crap out of her. Like going to the gym with her, and she's the size that I want to be, and I'm like, ugh. And she still wants to be smaller. Like I'm like, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you because you're thinner than me. Ugh. And she's like she's in her mid 50s too, and has a thigh gap. And I'm like, get out of my sight. Lord. And she doesn't believe me. Her daughters and I keep telling her that she has a thigh gap. And she's like, no, my thighs are fat. Look at all this fat jiggle. I'm like, but they don't touch. Listen to the words I'm saying. They don't touch, you evil person. That'll never happen in my life. It never has. I don't think I ever had a thigh gap in my entire life. At the skinniest ever been. It's not for me. I am thighs McGee. So I tell you what though, I still my husband was pointing out the other day that he and I, while we've gained weight, we're still the same width. Like we don't balloon to the side. We kind of it's, you know, on Family Guy where Quagmire is hitting on the girl and she's like really thin from the back, but she turns around and she's like a really big lady. Basically, that's not how I am. But like if I turn to the side, you're like, oh, darn, you're a big girl. And so that's my life. Like I go forward. I'm like, if you put the Mr. Fantastic. If you put Mr. Fantastic or like Elastigirl into a mold and you just stretched it forward, that's what happened to me. I have problems. Also, this pantry though is pretty, right? Like I should have made it a little bit wider, but I made that laundry room kind of big. So, you know, and I probably could have put it in the other corner, but you live and you learn, right? I didn't notice that it was narrow until I started watching the video back to do the voiceover. Also, you can kind of see how ADD I am because I'm like, ooh, this pretty piece of clutter, CC, should go in the kitchen. I better swing over there. And ooh, I need this, broom to make it more realistic over here, but I'm only going to show it for 10 seconds. And yeah, I have problems. We know this. I don't know if I took a picture of the laundry room for the screenshots. I did not. I am sorry, guys. Whoops. But I did show you parts of the house that you don't get to spend a whole lot of time on in the videos. So I guess that kind of evens out. A little bit, sort of. I don't know. Bueller? Sorry, I need to stop doing that. So this upstairs is the game room, and then 2 guest bedrooms. And I try to do them fairly identical guest bedrooms, but one's bigger than the other. They both have good sized closets. It's the idea that if we were to have this house, that our family would come over and they would stay there, and the game room would be upstairs because it'd be more convenient for them. Like once they got done hanging out, they could just go into the rooms they're staying in. And why I say our family would stay with us is because this is me dreaming about moving to Ireland. I already know that I'm going to love it once we get there. So yeah, this is my English cottage, colonial style, New England style house covered in ivy in Cork, Ireland. Yep, that's what I want here. That's what I'm doing. I'm a mess. I'm aware. And my mother-in-law plainly told me today, she's like, I don't think I'm gonna like it as much as you're gonna like it there. She's like, I'm gonna love being there and visiting. That'll be cool. But it's cold and I get cold easily. And I'm like, it's warmer there today than it is here. And it's actually funny because we went to the gym, got cleaned up and left, and before going into there, we didn't think it was really cold. Walking into the gym, leaving, we didn't think it was too cold. And then getting in and out of the car for the stores that we went to, didn't think it was too cold. Here's, I think those curtains are fighting me because of my recording screen, because it's got a little movement toggle in the center of your screen that covers up stuff. And it always seems to be right on top of those. So anyways, it's also why it looked like the beds were turning weird, because my mouse was technically over that spot. And because I like to center everything in my view, and so it was trying to turn the bed and the screen at the same time. It was just a problem. But anyway, so I didn't think about it until my mother-in-law was actually on the phone with her niece, and her niece lives in Washington State, and it's really cold normally there, and it's really gray and foggy, and that's how it was today. But because it has been in the single digits here for a couple of weeks, the 37-degree weather today felt nice. It felt like, oh, this is the beginning of spring. How lovely. Yeah, it's cold here. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a cold soon. I can feel I can hear my nose being nasally. I can feel my sinuses being like, we're turning on you. You're going to have the worst headache. Enjoy this massive cold, which I, in general, try to avoid human contact. We've talked about this. I have some problems. But we went to a place called, Seamus McDonald, Seamus McDougal, something like that, this past Saturday for my husband's younger cousin's 30th birthday. And it was fine. The food was good. So Tony, technically, yes, we had appetizers because that's what they provided at the birthday party. So I had a potato skin and a hot wing, and not bad. But they rented the back area, which is basically brick, glass garage doors, and pavement, and concrete or cobblestone underneath our feet, on lawn chairs, metal lawn chairs. So it was cold out there too, and we weren't sitting next to the heat vent, so I'm probably gonna be sick in a few days. And we actually left there because it was really busy that night at the bar, and we needed real food, not just bar food. So we went over to a place called Hodak's, and if you ever go to St. Louis, go to Hodak's. It is amazing chicken. Oh my gosh, you can't visit St. Louis without going to Hodak's. It's a must. So do that. You will not be sad. It's amazing chicken. They've got great catfish, great food in general. So highly, highly, highly recommend that one. And my mother-in-law, had been going there for years. Like, she always went to Hodak's for family stuff, and they finally took me, and I was like, I need to eat these wings for every day of my life. They are so good. And it's they like always think it's kind of funny when I say stuff like that, because I was a vegetarian until I met my husband. Not because of him. I didn't change. I'm not the type of person that changes for anybody, but I just had decided by that point that I was killing my dad's financial situation by refusing to eat meat, because that's all he knew how to make and eat. And so he provided my food for me, like, you know, the awesome dad that he is, even though I was 22 and living at home. But being a vegetarian is very expensive. So I was like, well, you know, I'm probably going to be here for a few more years. I should probably be nicer to my dad about food. So this pool house, I intended it for just to have a bathroom out here for somebody to go potty. But you know what? I decided to go all out. I was like, this is already a dream home. So we're going to have all tiled walls and just greatness. And, you know, that's what we did. We, you know, it's an open shower that's huge and tiled walls and beautiful vanity outside, as if we were, you know, the Kennedys. Which, you know what? The Kennedys probably would approve of my my gardening skills here. So, you know, but we are actually pretty close to the end of the video. Holy crap, we've made it, guys. We made it together. Look how strong we are to make it through all of my babbling and all of this rambling build to get to the screenshots in a few seconds. But if you did like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up and hit the like button, which is the thumbs up. Hit the share button, hit subscribe so that you can hear more of my craziness, and hang out with me a little bit more, because that's what I like to do, is hang out with you guys. And if you have any suggestions, any ideas, leave a comment below and let me know what you'd like to see. And I will see you guys later. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye.